If you are an appointment setter or a high ticket closer, you probably noticed that it's been getting way harder recently to land good remote sales roles. And there is a very clear reason behind that I've noticed myself and all the people that I work with inside of my inner circle. So in this video, I want to break down exactly what's going on right now in the high ticket sales industry that's making it harder for people with little experience to land roles. Because right now, you're probably watching this video, you're probably someone that's trying to land a high ticket sales role with little to no experience. You're DMing all these business owners on like Instagram, on Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it is, and you're getting pretty much no responses. And the people that actually end up responding to you, they ask you for what type of experience that you have, and when you tell them you don't actually have any experience, they just ignore you. Okay, that's probably happened to you over and over again, and that's you're not alone with that. Like a lot of people experience the same thing right now. I see so many people come to me asking me like, how can I get into good roles, you know? And I myself, I've made multiple six figures in high ticket sales. I've led sales teams, and I've also helped over 100 guys get into good roles where they make over 10K a month. And I figured out a way to like actually get into good roles. There is a system that still works to this day to actually get into good roles, but it's very different from what most people talk about, you know, because most gurus tell you that you should go on Facebook ads library, that you should go on like Instagram, you should just DM these like business owners, and that's how you're gonna get your first role with no experience if you just do that enough. And like here's the thing, like that works, you know, like definitely you can get results doing that. I'm not saying it doesn't work, like for sure it does work, but there's a way more effective way to go about doing things. Because you need to understand that the high ticket sales space is changing a lot. Like 4 years ago when I got into the space, you know, like when you were like the online high ticket sales space was kind of new, you could just go out there and like DM any business owner, they would be happy to hire you as long as you're just like hungry and driven, they would just hire you on the team. What's happening right now is there's just so many new people in the high ticket sales space, meaning that these business owners, like their DMs are getting flooded. They're getting like hundreds of DMs every single week from people that are looking to come and close for them with no experience. So the only way to stand out in the DMs is by having experience, you know, because these business owners, they've been burned in the past, you know, they've been hiring people like appointment setters and closers that didn't perform. So you need to understand that if you look at this from the business owner's perspective, you will realize why these companies don't want to hire someone with no experience, because they've been burned in the past. They've had people come on their team with no experience, they don't perform, they waste a lot of money and time by having the person on the team, training them, spending money on like getting the person leads to speak with, and they can't perform. Because that's the thing with high ticket sales is like compared to other sales roles like door to door, cold calling, etc. In high ticket sales, the company is taking on a risk by hiring you. You need to understand that these companies are actually like risking potential ad spend, team, and like training time and also money in their team, you know, to pay people to train you and pay like ad spend to actually get you leads to speak with, especially if you're a closer. Sometimes them getting a call on your calendar as a closer can cost them from 100 up to $500 to get one call on the calendar, which means that if you're not good at what you do as a setter or as a closer, they're losing money by having you on the team, you know, which is very different from other business models. Because if you're a cold caller, for example, the business doesn't lose any money by having you on the team. If you're bad at what you do, you don't make any money as a cold caller or as a door knocker, like door to door sales, etc. So then the question is, what is the way around this? What is the actual system to be able to get into good remote sales roles with little to no experience that you can use right now to actually go out and land these good roles and make 5, 10, 15, 20K a month? Because there is a way to do that, you know? I don't want you to take away from this video that it's impossible to do. That's not true whatsoever. It's getting harder, which means that you just need to be on the top of your game. Number one, you need to actually focus on getting good at the skill set. If you're not good at the skill set right now, if you're getting on interviews, you're not confident in yourself, you don't know how to shop, you don't know how to role play, etc., that is what you need to work on. But if you've already done that work of actually getting good and like getting a mentor, someone who can coach you and actually learn the skill, the absolute best way that I see right now to get into good roles with good companies is not by DMing business owners, it's not by doing really outreach whatsoever, it's not by sending cold DMs to a bunch of people and it's like focusing on volume. The absolute best roles that you can land with little to no experience are going to be if you just get into the right circles. You just need to be in the right groups, in the right rooms, basically, where these roles exist. Because here's the thing, like I said before, like these companies, they've been burned multiple times. They've been hiring people that have no experience, and they've been burned by doing so. So because of this, you need to have a special advantage to be able to get into one of these roles. And the way you can do that for yourself is by leveraging the networks, leveraging the rooms, the circles, the programs, the networks that you're already in right now, okay? Because if you, for example, a lot of you guys watching this right now, you're probably invested into some course in the past to learn high ticket sales. Maybe you've invested in some other program in the past, maybe to learn drop shipping or to learn marketing agency or to learn something like trading, whatever it is, you know. You've invested into these different networks and programs and courses in the past. You probably also know people in your day-to-day life that maybe do something online, you know. That is the thing that you want to leverage to get into high ticket sales. You want to leverage the people that you already know and find ways to use those like points of contact to get into high ticket sales. Because that's a way that you can get a unique advantage over everyone else. Instead of just like being someone else in the DMs, just looking like every other person, like, hey man, can you hire me as a closer or a setter? I want to work hard. If you already know someone is in the space, you can use that connection to come into these roles, and it's gonna be so much easier when you already know someone's in the business, or you have someone that can recommend you into the business, or you're in a program or in a network where you already proven yourself. Maybe people already know that you're good at sales inside of X, Y, and Z program, or you've already like made it known to X, Y, and Z person that you're good at what you do, and they will recommend you to someone else. It makes the whole process so much easier when you're actually using the stuff that you have, like your unique advantages, the connections that you have, the people that you know, the networks, instead of just going and being another part of the crowd of just like sending these cold DMs. So there's two different ways you can go about doing this. Number one is what I said right now, is leverage your existing networks, the people that you know right now, the courses that you're in, if you're in any school groups, if you're in any like communities, programs, like leverage people that are in there, message those people who they know, make posts in the groups, let people know that you're an appointment setter or close looking for a role, make it known that you're good at what you do, and just see what's going to come from the group and message people, let people know and follow up with them. Second thing is also getting into other communities, getting into other groups. This game is usually a pay to play type of game. If you pay to get into the best communities, for example, I have my own community where I place guys into great sales roles that I have in my own network. If you get into rooms like that, where you have to obviously like pay money to get into it, but if you get in there, you can get access to unique roles that are never shown to the public. It gives you another unique advantage, but that's something you can do only if you have money to actually pay for it. But I heavily recommend doing that. That's something that I leverage myself. I paid so much money to get into different rooms, different networks, different communities, to just get access to these roles that are not shown to the public, basically. So that's a big thing you can do. But those are two things I would leverage. Number one, if you don't have any money to invest, you would just use your existing network, use the groups that you're in right now. If you want to fast track, you just pay your way into these networks, these communities. That's like ultimately how you land the best possible roles way faster. Lastly, for all of you that watched the video all the way through, I'm going to give you a bonus tip, something that's extremely effective that I've been using a lot of my clients as well that I work with, that's allowed them to get roles sent to them without even like lifting a finger, literally not doing any outreach. They're getting roles sent to them, and I'm talking like really good roles as well, like with high level businesses, 15, 20, 25K per month of closing roles with really big 7 and 8 figure teams. And that is by optimizing your personal brand, specifically on Instagram. Okay, think about your Instagram like a resume. If you start building up your Instagram and is treating it like basically it's like a showcase of who you are, your habits, your mindset, your skill set, and you just post reels, you post stories, you post like carousels, I guess, showcasing who you are, the stuff that you're learning, the books that you're reading, you handling objections, you role playing, post all of that stuff. And that is going to allow you, if you combine that with just doing what I told you before, to just like post yourself in groups, network with other high level guys, message sales managers, message other closers and business owners, you will naturally get yourself out there. People will start seeing who you are. And also it's like the organic reach that you will get from the reels that you're posting. That is going to allow you to get roles sent to you. These business owners, they will see your reels, they will see you handling objections, etc. on your reels, and that's going to give you another unfair advantage, because most closers don't post their skill set and the fact that they're good at what they do on social media. So you just want to focus on getting as many of these like unfair advantages in place as possible. If you're living in like a non-English speaking country, like for example for me, I'm from Sweden. A lot of guys I work with are from, for example, Netherlands, they're from Germany, etc., etc. You want to find ways to reach out to people that are not getting bombarded by hundreds of like English speaking guys. So if you know anyone in your specific country where you live that's selling a high ticket offer, that's selling like some type of like info coaching, etc., reach out to them. Use your specific advantages to get into roles. That is the way to go in 2025, and that is how you can land good remote sales roles with no experience. If you want to get into my inner circle, my one-on-one coaching program, where I coach guys to teach them how to get really good at sales and how to land remote sales roles with 5 to 15K per month income potential, you can apply for coaching from me down below this video by booking a call. If you have any questions, DM me on Instagram. I reply to all DMs over there, link down below as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video.